We're in Denver, Colorado at EnerCom's 18th Annual Oil and Gas Conference. Joining us now is Gary Evans, Chairman and CEO of Magnum Hunter. Good morning.
Good morning.
Gary, you reported Q2 results last week. What factors are most responsible for your company's ongoing success?
Well, we've really concentrated all our efforts over the past year in the shale plays. We sold one of our divisions in the Eagle Ford to Penn, Virginia in April. So that was a big liquidity event for us. It was a $400+ million sale. And we've taken that capital and reallocated to the Marcellus, the Utica, and the Williston Basin up in the Bakken and Three Forks. So our focus now is in those core areas to continue our drilling efforts and grow our production reserve base.
Now, excitement around the Utica, particularly the southeast portion of the play, continues to grow. What updates can you share regarding your position in the play and upcoming test results?
Well, we actually have drilled our first Utica well. It's called the Farley. It's in northern Washington County, right along the Noble County border. And we're fracking that well as we speak. We started this weekend with Halliburton. And so we'll probably let that well rest for about 30 days after we frack it. And then we'll test it, I would imagine, sometime in September. And we're pretty excited about it because when we drilled that well, we actually hit a natural fracture, which is unusual in a shale. And the well just about blew out on us, so it took us about 4 days to keep it under control. So that will be our first Utica test. We'll then getting ready to start drilling our second Utica test on another pad called the Stalder pad, which is in Monroe County, right along the Ohio River. And we're in a 50-50 JV with Eclipse, which is a private company, on that pad. So we'll have at least 2 to 3 Utica tests this year. We also announced this morning before the market opened that we've acquired another 32,000 acres of Utica acreage in northern Washington County, which takes our total acreage position to about 110,000 acres.
Wow. Now, which benchmark should investors look for in the back half of 2013 from your company?
I think most importantly is production growth. We're kind of in a rocket ship type growth this year. Today we're producing around 16 to 17,000 barrels of oil equivalent. By the end of the year we'll be 23 to 25,000 barrels, shooting for 35,000 barrels next year. So a lot of that growth is coming from the Marcellus. We haven't actually included any Utica well test in that, which we should have a couple on this year. So we're hoping to have real great incremental growth that should help then drive the share price.
Now, what is your outlook for oil and natural gas prices in the next 3 to 6 months?
Very good question. Oil prices, I've been really surprised at how high oil has maintained itself. Fortunately for us, the price differentials that we've experienced in the Bakken have pretty much dissipated, which has been a huge plus. But I'm less bullish on oil in light of the overall economic outlook, especially coming out of China. So I would say 95 is kind of a number that I'm more realistically looking at. With respect to natural gas, we had gas at $4.25. We're at $3.40 today. The biggest factor on gas is weather, and fortunately, the Obama administration has approved a third terminal. I think the more LNG terminals that get approved, the long-dated backwardation of the curve will look better. So, drilling for a lot of gas right now, I'm obviously bullish long-term, but it's going to be weather-related. So we're operating under the environment that will be a $3.50 gas this year.
What other insight, Gary, do you think we should know about Magnum Hunter?
Well, I think a lot of people really underestimate the amount of resource potential we have. The company today owns over 1 million acres gross, 750,000 net acres, and they're in some of the hottest plays where everybody wants to be. So I really think that over the next year or two, as we grow our production base, because as you accumulate that acreage, it takes a lot of capital. People think we're over levered or whatever, but now that cash flow is going to really be reflected at bottom line. So I've never seen a brighter future for the company than I see today.
Well, Gary, we really appreciate you stopping by and sharing such good information with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm Quinn Nguyen for oilandgas360.com.